Hey, good morning, students. I hope you all are doing great. So, today we will be doing the revision of our chapter 1, Studying the Past. This chapter is coming into your July exam, so this revision I think will prove helpful to you. So, please listen to it very carefully. Let's continue. History is the story of people who lived in earlier times. It is basically made up of events that have occurred in the past. Now the question arises, why? What is the need? Why do we study history? The study of past is very important. It is important to understand our present because our present is totally linked with the event that might have happened in our past. That is why history is called the study of the past. Depending upon the time, history is divided into three time periods, that is prehistory. Prehistoric time is the time when writing had not been invented, hence, there are no written records available for this period. Then came the proto history time. It is similar to prehistory here only, but here only few written records are available, only one or two. There are very few records and they still cannot be read. So, archaeological sources are the main source of information of this period, also, like it was for prehistory. Then come the history time period. In history time period, we have the written records available in plenty, in lot of amount. We have all the written records available for this time only, for history time period. Geography has played an important role in the history of India. India is a very large country. It has so much different diverse geographical features present. There are mountains, there are hot deserts, there are rivers. So these all features some or the other way have affected the history of India. When early men started the first settlement or the first civilization emerged near the river valleys. Why river valleys? Because of three important reasons. Number one, sufficient water supply. The river provided sufficient water for them to fulfill their needs. And second, the land near the river valley was very fertile. Crops can be easily grown there. They can satisfy their food need also. Third reason is that river served as the means of transport. They can use the river water as a means of transport. That is why they started settling near river valleys. Now, how do we find about something that took place thousands of years ago? These all that we have studied, these all took place thousands of years ago. How do someone came to know about all these? They came to know through the archaeological evidences. These archaeological evidences are called the sources of history, and archaeologists are the person who used to study these archaeological evidences, and they found out about history. These sources of history are further divided into two types. There are archaeological sources, and the second one is the literary sources. Archaeological sources are basically direct evidences. They cannot be changed or altered by any human being. So, these are the physical remains which you can see, which you can feel. There are four types of archaeological evidences: inscriptions, monuments, artifacts, and coins. Inscriptions are the writings engraved on rock cave walls, pillars, walls of temple, and palaces that you might have seen. Monuments are the buildings of historical importance. They are called monuments. You can see here the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is a very historically important monument for India. So these are the example images of the example given. Artifacts are the objects that humans made during that time, like pottery, tools, ornament, metal objects, jewelry, and weapons. You can see in the image. Then came the coins are also very important as they provide extreme valuable information regarding the religion and art of that time, because during that time king used to print their own photos. They used to print the photos of their gods. So this is also a very valuable archaeological source. Then comes the literary sources. Literary sources are the handwritten records of the past in the form of books. They are also called manuscripts. So these were usually written on leaves of the tree or barks of the tree. Literary sources are further divided into two types: religious literature and secular literature. Religious literature is the writings which deal with the religion, which directly tell you about certain religion. Books like Mahabharata, Ramayana, Vedas, these are all the examples of religious literature. Secular literature are the writings which are not directly related with the religion. These can be poems, these can be stories about king, these can be plays about biographies of the king. So the Arthashastra by Kautilya is a great example of this. Then plays and poems of Kalidasa is also a very good example. So these are the examples of the sources of history. Through these sources of history, archaeologists study about that time. They used to gather information from of that time, and then they put it together in the form of books that we used to study. So I hope all these topics are clear to you. So this is our chapter 1, studying the past. Prepare your chapter well. Please listen to all these topics very carefully. It will help you in your revision. And if you have any query, you can write to me in the comment box. I will be answering to all your queries. Please write your name and section, and please thank you for watching, student. Take good care of yourself.